The despised dog saved the millionaire landowner who looked down on him. What happened next was shocking. "Get out of here, you useless animal. You're not even good for dying." Tonico lowered his head and dragged himself to a corner. 14 years old, his fur worn out, and a leg that no longer bent properly. The workers didn't even look at him anymore. If the boss didn't care, no one else did either. Don Arthur del Valle owned endless lands, a man who measured everything by what it produced. And an old dog that didn't hunt, didn't guard or run anymore, was no longer good for anything. But Tonico was still there every day, silently watching, as if he knew something the others didn't, as if he was still hoping for something from someone's heart. Until one day he took him far away and left him on a lonely road without looking back. The dog stayed there, old and rejected, but still loyal. Days later, on a Saturday afternoon, Arthur went alone to the river to fish. The sky was clear and the water calm until a crash shattered everything. A sudden flood, a surge of water that came without warning. The boat capsized and the current swept him away before he understood what was happening. He shouted, but no one appeared. No employees, no foreman. Not even his money could save him. He tried to swim, but the force of the water overpowered him and he began to sink. That was when Tonico, the dog, appeared. He ignored the pain in his paw, the exhaustion of his old body, ran as best he could and threw himself into the water without hesitation. When he reached him, he grabbed his shirt with his teeth and began to pull, inch by inch, while the current pushed them both. Tonico pulled, slipped, came back and pulled again. Arthur had no strength left. It was just the dog against the current, and the dog never let go. With the last breath of energy he had left, Tonico managed to drag him to the shore and left him on the wet mud. Then he lay down beside him, too exhausted to do anything else. Arthur coughed, spat out water, slowly opened his eyes, and saw the dog trembling, breathing weakly. "Tonico, stay with me." The dog opened one eye and wagged his tail just once. His breathing grew shorter and shorter. Arthur crawled over to him, placed his hand on his wet fur, and stayed there, calling to him softly. For the first time in many years, he didn't know what to do with his own hands. The foreman came running and found the richest man in the region lying in the mud, hugging an old dog and crying like a child. Tonico was taken to the veterinarian that very night. The doctor worked non-stop and at dawn said, "He's old and pushed himself too hard, but his heart is still strong. He'll need care, medicine, and lots of affection." Arthur closed his eyes for a moment and replied, "He will have it." In the following months, Tonico recovered, gained weight, and his leg improved. And for the first time, he had everything he ever needed, his owner's love. But Arthur was left with a lesson that no amount of money can buy. The one who is despised today may be exactly the one who saves you tomorrow. Loyalty does not shout, does not demand, does not abandon. It simply stays, even when no one asks it to. And just like in this story, in real life, there are people you ignore without knowing that they might be the ones to lend you a hand when no one else is around. If this story made you reflect, share it, and tell me in the comments how you felt watching it.